We're about there. I can feel it. Yep, there it is. All right. A little over 1,600 miles ago, I changed the oil in this 2005 Toyota 4Runner with the new-ish Valvoline Restore and Protect 5W30. And in that video, I stated I would come back, we would take the oil filter off at about 2,000 to 2,500 miles. It's only been 1,600, but oh well, let's do it. And we'd cut this filter open to see what's going on inside. See how much junk is being caught by that filter, how much cleaning is happening, hoping that the filter isn't being overwhelmed by the cleaning. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's get this filter off and see what it looks like inside. And with that skid plate removed, I have access to this oil filter, so I'll take this off now. And I do have my drain bucket ready to catch any oil lost. You can see there is some pouring out. I'm anticipating losing about maybe a half quart during this process. And there is that filter draining the oil out. I'll just go ahead and let this drain so that we can have as clean of a situation as possible when we're cutting the filter open and looking inside. And here's an up-close look at the oil filter mating surface. You can see it's nice and clean. I'll go ahead and give that a quick wipe down and we'll install our new filter. I am installing a genuine factory Toyota oil filter. This is 90915YZZD3. And if you did see the last oil change video where I used the Valvoline Restore and Protect, you would have also seen me cut this filter open, and I really liked what I saw. This is a nice, high-quality filter. And another really cool thing about this is this plastic shield here, which protects anything from getting inside. And if I remove this plastic, you can see that O-ring there, the seal, is already pre-lubed. That is really convenient. I'll clean up any mess from around the bottom. I have the first Toyota filter that I cut open in that last video right here, and we'll compare these two. And now let's cut open this new oil filter that's been filtering Restore and Protect oil for the last a little over 1,600 miles and see what's inside. We're about there. I can feel it. Yep, there it is. All right. Okay, starting at the top here, looking at the two, I can see that both of them have a very, very similar design, obviously. Both share the same construction materials, same anti-drain back valve, and this anti-drain back valve does seem to be very pliable. Like, it feels really good, like it's made out of silicone. So now let's take out this filter media. With that filter media out, we can see inside the can. And same thing here for the bypass spring. It is a coil spring, if you can see down in there. I like that. And wow, looking at the filter media, I mean, it is not dirty at all. That looks nice and clean. I mean, I'm looking in these pleats, and there is, I mean, I can see a little bit of dirt in there. Actually, yeah, you can see some dirt. And looking inside those pleats, you can see they are relatively clean. Relatively. This one does have some debris in there, but I would say that looks pretty normal. You can see some more debris here, deep down in that one there. And here's some more again. Pretty normal looking, which is good. So I would say that every single pleat here definitely has some debris. But if you look at the overall color of the pleats, I mean, this thing is clean. I did not have to change this filter. I did not have to worry, but now I know. Now this is the Restore and Protect filter media, and this is the filter media from the other filter I removed. This filter was installed by the previous owner, and this was a synthetic blend oil that they were using, so this filter does look a lot dirtier, and it did have some more miles on it. But at 1,600 miles on the Restore and Protect, I have to say, either the inside of my 4.7 liter V8 engine is extremely clean, and so therefore not a whole lot of junk is being removed, which I hope is the case, and I think could be the case, or Restore and Protect is doing its job really slowly, just like they say, and should not be overwhelming filters. Either way, I'm glad to see that this filter is not being overwhelmed midway through the oil change. This means I can continue to run Restore and Protect without the fear of, having to change my filter out halfway through the oil change because it's so gummed up. But we can clearly see, in my case anyway, that is not the case. The filter does seem to be working perfectly, and hopefully that Restore and Protect is working perfectly as well. And we've seen plenty of cases online on other videos where they've documented certain things, and the Restore and Protect does seem to do just what it says it does. And again, looking inside the housing, there's nothing apparent in there either, not a lot of dirt or anything. It looks totally normal. Okay, so what about that result? Is that good or bad? Well, in my book, it's great, because the whole reason why I did this, the whole reason why I wanted to take this filter off about midway through the oil change, cut it open and look inside, was because in my mind, I'm thinking that there's so much cleaning going on my engine, which has over, 238,000 miles now. I did the valve cover gaskets and saw inside, and on the driver's side where the PCV valve is, there was a lot of, tarnish in there. And so every time I drove this thing, I was thinking that there was so much cleaning going on that it was potentially clogging that filter and overwhelming it, activating the bypass valve, and there I have unfiltered oil flowing through my engine. So, I knew that would be a worst case scenario. I knew that that was unlikely, but this is a new to me vehicle, and I know that the oil changes and everything have been done on time. The previous owner said that they got the oil changed every time the little oil light or the maintenance light came on. And so I'm assuming that's about every 5,000 miles or so. And he's only the second owner. So I think it's gone through, I have a stack of maintenance records. I think it's gone through a lot of maintenance in its life. It's not like it's been neglected. So yeah, the result here inside this filter I think is really good. Hopefully it means that the inside of this engine isn't as dirty as I was thinking that it was, but also that the Restore and Protect is doing what it says it's going to do, which is clean at a slower rate. I'm seeing a perfect oil filter. I mean, that's a perfect filter. That filter is absolutely still usable. Well, it was still usable before I cut it open. It could have been used for the entire life of the oil change. I'm not going to be worried about my filters anymore running Restore and Protect. That's for sure. I mean, that looks like an absolute normal filter in terms of the dirt in there and everything. And there wasn't much. There was some. In every single pleat, I did see some, but that's probably normal. That's just the normal filter doing its job, doing what it's supposed to do. So am I happy with the Valvoline Restore and Protect? Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of evidence online showing that it actually does what it's supposed to do. Some people are pulling their tarnished dipstick out, running Restore and Protect, and checking it like halfway through, and it's clean. I'm going to keep running Restore and Protect. It's affordable. It's high quality, fully synthetic oil. It's a cleaning oil, so it's going to clean the inside of the engine. And I think my engine runs really, really smooth with it. So Valvoline Restore and Protect, I'm going to keep using it. Matter of fact, I just bought 3 more jugs of this stuff today. And that's because I plan on running this in all of my vehicles. So I just want the very best oil I can get, and an oil that's going to help to clean out the inside of the engine. How could you say no to that? It says up to 100% deposit removal with an asterisk, and on the back it says removes up to 100% of deposits with continuous use. All I know is my engine's running really smooth after this oil change. I don't know if it's because of this, but it might be part of it. Oh, and it is also made and formulated in America. Well, with that oil filter change, I did lose some oil, so I can't forget to replace that. So I'll go ahead and remove my oil fill cap here. I'm just going to pour a little in. This isn't much. This definitely is going to be less than I lost because there's just a little left in this jug. And that's all she wrote on that one. That was probably like 1/4 of a quart. So I'm definitely going to give it a few minutes from the oil I just put in just to make sure that everything looks good. Remember, the vehicle is up on ramps, so the oil level might be off a little bit from when it's on a level surface. So I may still have to add some. Do you think I should have gone through this process of removing that oil filter midway through the oil service and checking the inside of it? I think that was worth it. I think that was worth peace of mind, just so I can sleep better at night knowing that I'm not overwhelming an oil filter while I'm running Restore and Protect. It also makes me feel good that the engine hopefully isn't very dirty inside. The only indication I had was when I did those valve cover gaskets and saw the buildup, the tarnish over there on the driver's side. The passenger side, if I remember correctly, looked pretty good. But don't forget to comment down below. Let's start the discussion. Also, if you liked the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And if you've watched this far and you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. I'm Jimmy for One Road, and I will see you in the next one.